Ladies and gentlemen, I got to meet this Wahine backstage, a beautiful woman, and it is my honor to bring her onto the stage. The president of Ward Research, family and friends, giving insight and data on the state of Native Hawaiians. Pa'ipa ilima, Rebecca Soon.
Yeah. We're doing kuku amis backstage to get the nerves out. Aloha mai kako. Mahalo again to the people of Tulalip for hosting us and for the hospitality here. Congratulations to Hawaiian Council. 24 years of this gathering. It's kind of hard to believe that it feels like just yesterday that I was at my first Native Hawaiian Convention in 2001, checking in people as an intern. And here we are 24 years later, across the globe, across the continent, connecting with Hawaiians everywhere. Just like Pa'ipa ilima for Hawaiian Council. Again, my name is Rebecca Soon, aloha nui. For those that I haven't gotten to know, I'm looking forward to. I serve as the president of Ward Research. We're a Kanaka-led, Hawaiian and woman-led research firm based in Hawaii. Kuyo asked me to share just kind of a quick snapshot through the lens of data, understanding that that's only one piece of our mo'olelo. You know, for generations, our ohana have been moving outside of Hawaii, but we're in an era right now that, as we know, there are more Native Hawaiians living outside Hawaii than living in Hawaii. And we're seeing, therefore, a lot more interest growing, especially among folks that are trying to capture data and have that data inform decisions that are being made, have that data inform some of the programs and the resources that are being injected to support our community. Two of those partners that we've gotten the pleasure of working with over the last few years are Aina Momona, I think I saw Kehau here earlier, as well as Papa Ololokahi, and I know Sherry Daniels is here as well. They've really helped to lead to make sure that we're already seeing in the last couple of years some of the data being captured, not just in Hawaii, but what does it look like for Native Hawaiians that are living across the continent as well. So today, Kavena, green button, yeah? Okay. Oh, mahalo. Okay, this is a really cool little clicker thing. So today we know that nearly 700,000 Native Hawaiians are living across the United States. That's a 29% increase over the 2010 census data. Let's cheers with Ansilili Kalau for that. With that, 700,000 Native Hawaiians, everybody. We are also seeing projections that we're anticipated to be over 800,000 likely within the next few decades. These are very loose projections based upon the overall population projections as well, but I think that we know that our lahu is growing fast. But we also know that over 53% live outside of Hawaii. Of course, our diaspora story is complex, so we know that not everyone's story is exactly the same, but we do know that there are some trends, and there are some drivers, and there are some barriers that lots of ohana are facing. We know that right here in Washington, 33,000 Native Hawaiians. California, Nevada, Texas, Oregon. I spent about 15 years of my life in Wampanoag territory in Massachusetts, so we everywhere. However, the drivers for many of families why they're leaving is one that we know well. For many, it's about being priced out of our homeland, a story that I know that Dear Aloha will be sharing later this week. I hope you all check it out. That said, folks are leaving because of lack of housing, job opportunities, financial reasons, the highest reason just simply being that the cost of living is too high. 69% of folks that are living, Native Hawaiians living on the continent, say that they are hoping to come back at some point. Some have a plan, some are not sure when, but the barriers that they face in returning are the same barriers that they faced for why their families left. Despite that, we know that many continue to stay connected digitally, spiritually, through social media about Over 3 in 4 Native Hawaiians living on the continent continue to follow Hawaii news and Hawaii Ohana online. Culture, history, and how we treat one another are the things that Hawaiians, wherever we are, whether on the continent or in Hawaii, say are the things that make us proudest. Land plays a larger role in terms of identified as the things that make us proudest for Hawaiians living in Hawaii. Still, we continue to hear pain and discrimination. Many do struggle to find opportunities for halal, find housing, even in more affordable economies. About 29% of Native Hawaiians living on the continent share that they think racial discrimination is a significant problem. That number is higher than for Hawaiians living in Hawaii. And about 40% of Hawaiians living on the continent have expressed that they've experienced firsthand racial discrimination. We continue to thrive in many areas, including economically. Native Hawaiians are extremely strong contributors to our national economy. Every single year, Native Hawaiians are estimated to create approximately 51,000 jobs and $1 billion in payroll each year. We're employers, we're innovators, we're builders. In Hawaii, over 13,000 Native Hawaiian-owned firms represent about 12% of our local businesses. Our self-employment rate, especially in the area of agriculture, is among the highest in the United States. We see economic strength and entrepreneurship rooted in culture, and that's how many of the small businesses that we talked to through focus groups talked about why they do the work that they do. In the tourism sector, which we know that the Hawaiian Council has been a particular leader in, we also know that nearly 1 in 5 workers are Native Hawaiian, yet we're seeing a lag in overall wages, about 88% of the overall average wage compared to the overall sector. Housing continues to be one of the greatest barriers faced by Native Hawaiians both in Hawaii as well as across the continent. In 2024, the Hawaii Housing Planning Study showed that actually 14% of DHHL applicants plan to leave within the next 5 years because of the inability to find housing. Nearly half of Native Hawaiian households are cost burdened, meaning that we're spending over 30% of our household income on housing-related expenses, and about 41% of those that are experiencing homelessness on Oahu are Native Hawaiian. That's about double, almost double our share of the population as a whole. These systems are failing our community in many ways. We continue to adapt. We double up. We have higher rates of ohana that are living multiple households in a single home. We have higher rates of caretakers for other ohana members, but that toll is deep, as we know. We have many caretakers reporting much more severe health challenges themselves, in large part due to that role of caretaking that many of us are honored to take on, but also has an impact on our health as well. Oh, accidentally pressed the wrong button. We also know that significant health needs intersect, right? It's not all one thing. If you're likely to have challenges around housing, food insecurity, you're likely going to also have physical barriers, health barriers. You're also likely going to have higher incidence of mental health and other challenges as well. And so it's hard to disentangle all these things. As we know, as Indigenous people, these things are all connected, but that health story also shows itself in data as well. Cultural wellness programs have been expanding. We have many more Native Hawaiians reporting that they have access to la'au lapa'au. Many more have access to community-based care. So these are a lot of really positive ways in which folks are self-reporting their access to healthcare, but stress is higher. Caregiving burdens and food insecurity remain extremely widespread. Life expectancy for Native Hawaiians is actually 6 years below the Hawaii average. Food insecurity also impacts 1 in 3 households in Hawaii, but that number goes up to 43% for Native Hawaiians living in Hawaii. And while cultural healing is growing, many still have a difficult time accessing care where they live, in particular in rural communities, and in particular in communities here on the continent as well. Native Hawaiians living on the continent do report higher rates of stress, as well as higher rates of uninsurance than Hawaiians living in Hawaii. Message from our community of caretakers, though, is clear. Community health workers continue to say that we have to take an equity-based approach. These systems have been broken for generations, and we need to continue to recenter Indigenous perspectives into our healing frameworks. Lastly, but certainly far from least, in the area of education and culture, we're seeing tremendous gains and tremendous opportunities. In Hawaii, we now have over 37 Hawaiian-focused charter schools serving nearly 5,000 students and tens of thousands of reported Hawaiian language speakers. Here on the continent, 78% of our Native Hawaiian and Pacific Islander college students are studying college outside of Hawaii, often getting less cultural support and reporting higher levels of debt. We are also seeing incredible gains across culture and media. We are having our mo'olelo told on global stages. We have over 1,100 halau hula worldwide. California, Japan, Mexico, where as many as 2 million people across the globe dance hula. Mary Monarch, Kamehameha School Song Contest, Kumulipo at Iolani Palace. People are watching us across the world. And as a lahui, we face many challenges, but we are growing, we are thriving, we are literally birthing. And as Kumumehana taught us, I am Haumea, we are Haumea. Can we do that together? I am Haumea, we are Haumea. Eo, mahalo.
Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, Rebecca Soon, president of Ward Research. Yes. How are we doing, family? Vibe check. You guys doing all right out there? All right. I'd like to take this little break here, and I would like to talk about how grateful I am to be asked to be a part of this convention. So a big mahalo nui to Kuhio Lewis and the team at Hawaiian Council for asking me to be a part of this. When I got the call, I thought it was I felt blessed that I was able to spend, I left Hawaii when I was a freshman in high school, just going into a freshman year. Then I had to spend some time on the continent. So I do want to convey that I am from Hawaii, but I'm also from the Pacific Northwest. Like many of us here had to raise our families and, my mother the best that she could. So I would like to introduce or reintroduce myself if you guys don't mind. Is that okay with you? Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Kaloko Kamaileo Kamehameha Nui Holt. I am from Kalihi, Oahu, and I am the son of my late mother, Diva Yamashiro, from Moanalua, known in the community in Vancouver, Washington as Auntie Diva. Some of you guys may have come across her. My father is Albert Holt, from families from Waianae, then on to Kalihi. I'm also better known as Auntie Vicky's nephew. Kumuhula Vicky Ho Takamine, I think, is in the house. A little pa'ilim for her. Haumana of Pua Ali'i Lima, and part of the worker bee force of Pa'i Foundation as well. When my mom passed away in 2017 from cancer, it was my kuleana to continue her work in the community that she helped develop for the greater part of 20 years. So I'm now the executive director of Kekukui Foundation, as well as the lead instructor for our halau, Kalei Nani o Kekukui, all in the Vancouver area. So I want to call on our kupuna, those that are in the past and present, and to just bring them to the stage with me. Another thing that's really important, during COVID, we were able to, me, my wife, and our kids were able to come back to Hawaii Some of us, it's a dream. How do we do it? How do we get back to Hawaii, right? There's an opportunity sometimes, and sometimes there's not. And for us, we had an opportunity. What it was to grace, return to our islands, and give an opportunity to our kids that I didn't have growing up, and that was to be part of the emergent schools. And so, although I do not speak fluent Olelo Hawaii, I'm on that slow train to try and get there. I do want to bring my translator out on stage if you guys, is that okay with you guys? Translator, can you come on stage, please? This is my oldest son, also Kaloku o Kamaile o Kamehameha Nui, Holt. And you know, it's important. It's important for our ohana to always make sure the keiki are involved. I know the same for you as well. And so when we were asked by Hawaiian Council to come and be a part of this, and whatever capacity it was, things are always forever changing, and that's a sign of a wonderful event. They're always trying to better themselves and figure out the holes to plug in. And we found ourselves carrying a lot of stuff, huh, Oku? We were moving a lot of these, everything you see outside, inside, there's a lot of hands. And so before we move on, if you guys can, there's people backstage, there's people doing sound and lights, there's people doing hospitality, there's everything under the sun. If you guys don't mind, Pacific Northwest, Ohana, just give them a round of applause of love, warm encouragement. Mahalo. A lot of hands, yeah, Oku? So I wanted to say mahalo to all of you for coming to the Native Hawaiian Convention 2025.
Mahalo no ka hele mai ana I ka Native Hawaiian Convention ma ka elua kaukani iwa ka lua kumalima.
Let's go. The other thing I wanted to say is that, you know, there's a connecting piece that some of us, we all have ties to our aina back home. No matter where you're from, no matter where you live currently, that we are all Kanaka.
Mai poina o kako apo he Kanaka Maoli.
Eo. Mahalo, translator. It's my pleasure to introduce the next segment. We're going to go into the 21st century Hawaiian. How do we continue to evolve our culture while staying rooted in Ike Kupuna? Learn from the mana'o of an array of panelists in tradition, perpetuation, and revitalization. A board member from Hawaiian Council, ladies and gentlemen, Alapaki Nahalea.